game, definitely feels like he likes Ice Climbers. He played Ice Climbers and DDD in Brawl, so he was really excited when Ice Climbers essentially got announced for Ultimate. So yeah, we'll probably see the Ice Climbers, but I mean any character. Just watching him this game.
I remember back in Don't Park on the Grass, he had a really great match versus Magic. I don't know if it was the set of the turn. I know people like to call that earlier. It was definitely one of the most common sets right there. And once we're jumping into this game, though, this is not. I thought it was a button check at first, but it's actually the match.
Yeah, Ice Climber side B, probably their best move if I had to think of one off the top of my head. I'm not extremely knowledgeable of this character. There are a ton of things you can do with Ice Climber, like little instinct things you can do. It is not like Rosa though. You don't get Nana back after she dies in the spot. So.
Thank God, right? Just because you imagine.
Goodness. Oh man, almost gets set up into the power geyser. That would have killed if it connected. That move is extremely strong. Tries to get the down tilt to finish off the shot. Right now, Terry gets.
Oh, are you okay? Oh yeah, no, we are not okay.
Oh, that wasn't Nana. That was good.
Yeah, I believe the costume switched. So some of the costumes.
I got Schmick.
Nana, right?
Yeah. I think I got Schmick. All right,
well,
wow.
Great comeback right there. Immediate back special and getting a little more comfortable here in the beginning of this one. The beginning of that first stock, it was definitely like the big T show. You know, was using those projectiles to keep Astro at bay right here. But I think he understands now, you know, if I hit one and I'm that close up on you, these hitboxes are going to extend. I should be able to hit two if I'm lucky.
Very good desync. Now we see the hot blizzards, the desync side feeds. So desync obviously just meaning that like both the climbers are not going to do the same thing. Desync them and you're able to like have this kind of continuous wave of moves, which is what we're doing in the neutral here. Usually, the classic way of defeating Ice Climbers is the divide and conquer, right? But it can be a little rough because sometimes you can grab one climber and the other climber hits you, grab the other climber. So.
Yeah,
definitely.
Historically, and that's not even just this game for those of us who only play Ultimate. Like they have just historically been very difficult to separate. Whether that means like you just don't want to get close because you don't want to get chain grabbed and wobbled, or in this case here, they don't quite have it like that. But you still have to worry about the other one busting up your combo. Characters like Terry probably needs to get as combos as possible.
Look at the thing go! Again, the grab into the forward air. What do you do if you're Astro in that situation? Like, god damn.
Big D. That's the Big D energy. I don't have the chat put up in front of me, but I'm sure Big D energy is coming out.
Big D energy right now. That was such a great sequence. We see the essentially 0 to 71 off the desync combo off stage, sets him up. Astro gets back into the corner, but it doesn't matter because Big D already has the desync set up. He has the blizzard pressuring him at the same time he grabs the shield. And well, guess what? I got the grab. I'm going to do this forward throw right into the dunk with Nana. And that was just such a clean way to close out game number 1.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you really expect from Big D? Anytime I see that, this man is on the sticks, I know that whoever he's playing against is about to get destroyed. Like, I don't think I've ever seen Big D. I've seen him lose, but I don't think I've ever actually seen him get destroyed. Like, anybody that I've seen him play against, it just almost felt like a wash sometimes. That match wasn't as bad. That match was actually okay, but traditionally, Big D fast and he lays out that Big D energy, and it's pretty bad. It's a pretty bad time for the company.
Oh yeah, and I remember even when he was first, coming in, making waves with the Ice Climbers, he actually took a set off of Zachary at main stage. That was probably his first super big win in terms of just against the top 3 competitors. And yeah, he has the experience, he has the knowledge, and go with a lot of these top players. Especially with a character like Ice Climbers, where it's more like he's kind of pioneering it, or he's definitely, there's no other top level Ice Climbers to study in terms of how they're playing neutral, how they're playing top matches.
Yeah, so if anything that you need to learn from this character, you're going to have to unfortunately watch him, or unfortunately be on the receiving end of it. Sometimes you just get thrown to the wolves in matches you aren't aware of.
This is just great. The way he's using Blizzard, I'm not too sure if Blizzard hits low enough in frame but he definitely caught Terry's recovery, and he's still smacking him off the ice in the face. Where does this man go?
I mean, just completely doing away with Astro before he even gets the go meter. I think this is definitely how you fight against Terry one-on-one. Not allowing him to, to back special into him, not allowing him to power dunk any of that. I mean, just stuffing it out before he can get anywhere close. That is just crazy.
Yeah, it's the thing about Terry. It's very hard to kill him sub 100. In a sense, where obviously you can get man recovery, not like crazy, but
get off me.
Both of them on both sides as well. The invincible, so he held down before he could get on the up beat and got that intangibility. So Astro kind of staying alive here. Oh, the up beat, he doesn't catch it.
Rare miss right there from the down to him. Oh my god, and just again the up airs from up underneath. This is crazy. Back here, right into up throw.
The frame trap. He's still alive. That's even crazier. This character's so heavy.
Bye.
This is not eating for lunch. Terry Bogard.
Things are getting pretty scary for Terry. Did we just parry the power dunk? Wow.
Yeah, he the grounded hit of power dunk into a punish climber. It's just the thing Big D does.
Can I get a are you okay still? I mean, we have got to figure out a way to bring this in.
No way.
Sir.
He extended on the platform. That was so big. The blizzard change. Oh, he tries to.
I like that direction change with the power dunk. Very smart.
I didn't turn that around.
That's that divide and conquer, but just taking so much chip damage. I mean, just look at this.
Yeah. Blizzard is especially since you think that it doesn't like projectile almost, right? Okay, Anna goes down here.
This is a Sopo. This is Una. This is just the one. Let's see if he can do it.
I mean, I've seen people like when he fought, so definitely a possibility here. But right now, Astro is going to get the last time to block here. Power dunk up. Yep. Off we go. All right.
Now, if there was ever a Korean right here for Astro to try to bring this back, it's definitely this one. I mean, here we are above 100%. We got the gold meter online. And, I mean, if there's ever time to start tossing out, your rage and just really throwing your weight around, it's definitely here. Are you okay? There's one.
Damage. Yep. And we got the timer separated from the forward smash. Don't come at me. I got the hammer on deck. Shout out to people.
So, okay, one thing that Astro was doing, especially in that second game, was he'll do one combo on one of the ice climbers, particularly the one that, of course, Big D is not in 100% control of, and then we'll use power dunk, switch the direction, try to keep the other one at bay, and I think we've seen that just there again, hitting one and then automatically switching back over to the other. But in reality, I think he kind of had which one he was going against flipped. He should have definitely went for Nana first and then tried to do away with Popo. Of course, Popo is just the AI. And as we've seen, just in this game, sometimes the AI, depending on, which one's which, not the smartest character in the world. But had it flipped and unfortunately ended up eating what looked to be an F smash right there from Big D. So, I mean, you can definitely tell he was learning as he went. That kind of goes back to what you were talking about, Kareem. There's just not a lot of ice climbers doing it. So you got to either watch Big D or unfortunately, you're going to be on the receiving end of whatever he's done. There's only really two ways to learn in this game. But in that case, unfortunately, did not capitalize when he needed to, and Big D was able to kind of close that thing out.
Right. Fighting an experienced climber compared to just someone that kind of plays ice climbers is very different in a sense where at least there's so much quote unquote tech that ice climbers just have to know just to play neutral at a top level, right? If you don't know how to desync with ice climbers, you're playing a very different character rather than someone else that knows how to desync with ice climbers. So we saw Big D take huge advantage of that, and we're going to see that in these Red Bull replays coming up.
I'm excited for these replays because Big D is present, so let's do it. And again, huge shout out to Red Bull for these. So yeah. Oh yeah, I like this one right here. Yeah, that's just the clean backer right there, just right at the right side of the stage. Again, Terry's a fighting game character traditionally, so that's a character that's going to get a lot off of jumping in, but unfortunately right there ends up just getting sent clear into the blast zone. Gotta watch how you jump versus these characters.
Yep. You just see both those last clips Very, very nice up B conversion for Astro there, scooping up both the climbers. But Big D really abusing Blizzard. Blizzard is a very strong move for ice climbers. Essentially just some disjoint that you just really have to deal with. Climbers can set up situations where it's like, oh, I'm hitting you with Blizzard and I'm also grabbing you. So jump. But beautiful dash back forward smash right there from Big D to close everything out. We saw all the tech and we saw just also very solid fundamental play coming out from Big D to close that 2-0.
I wonder if Astro meant to roll there because he ended up rolling into the F smash. I wonder